Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kpush podcast. Coming at you on February 24th. You're not going to see this till April. If you're watching this in April, I'm talking to you from the past, okay? How's everybody doing? We doing okay? Trump's still in office. He's slinging dick like Darth Vader. Elon Musk is hopping out on stage with a chainsaw. And by the time this comes out, we may have concentration camps for Mexicans. Who knows? But how's everybody doing other than the Mexicans that are being deported? All right, is everybody else doing okay? Is everybody else doing okay other than the Latinas and Latinos? Is everybody doing else all right? I'm not saying I don't care about you guys. I just know how you're doing. I know it's not going too well for ya. It's the truth. I'm feeling pretty good. I had some extra time before my first open mic, so I figured I'd just hop on and talk some shit. This one's gonna be quick. I'm gonna have to cut it short at like exactly 45 minutes because I have to get the hell out of here to make a list. I mean, the lists and open mics here, they fill up quick. I mean, the sign-up time, whenever they drop the sign-up time, that's not really the sign-up time. It's like 15, 20 minutes before the sign-up time. So if it says 7:30, why don't you, in all honesty, if you want to be the first one, just get there the night before, okay? Just bring a tent on stage. Okay? At whatever shitty stage of an open mic you got in some rundown bar. Just bring a tent, all right? Just camp out there like the homeless. And when people ask you what you're doing, just say you're there for the tomorrow's open mic because you need to be up first. Why am I still getting notifications on my fucking? I mean, this is horrible. I'm getting notifications. Does anybody else get notifications on their computer, on their family's computer? I mean, it's obnoxious. The amount of text messages that my family sends out. No family should send out as many text messages as my parents do. I mean, it's absolute. I know that they run a business and whatever. Shut up. I don't care. Enough with the texting. You have a dyslexic son. Relax. Just relax on the texting a little bit. Now, I think I should talk about something instead of just rambling. I mean, this whole podcast is rambling, but I feel like I should get into something or whatever. I went to the gym for the first time. See, what the fuck is going on here, man? What? It won't let me mute the notifications. I can't find a place to mute the fucking notifications. It's horrible. It's absolutely terrible. Hide alerts, bitch. This fucking nobody needs to text this much. Nobody. If you're texting, if you're sending more than like 10 text messages a day, throw your phone out the window for me, okay? This idea where everybody's texting all the time is kind of ridiculous. It's not needed. I'm telling you right now, pick up the goddamn phone and call them. Remember phone calls? Why don't you fucking call somebody? All right? Why don't you pick up the goddamn phone and say, "Hey, how are ya?" All right? If I can ramble for an hour and a half in a room alone like a schizophrenic, I'm telling you right now, you can get through a fucking conversation. It's ridiculous. All this texting that we do. It's offensive to my dyslexic, retarded ass. That's who it's offensive to. All these people who can't read, all right? Yeah, I went to the gym for the first time today in 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks I didn't go to the gym. I'm telling you right now, if you want to take a shit like you've never taken a shit before, eat eggs, drink a Red Bull, and go to the gym. I'm telling you right now, molten lava will be coming out of your asshole. It is what it is. I didn't know. I mean, the Red Bull egg shits on themselves are pretty. I mean, they surprise me. Okay, they fucking absolutely surprise me. Add the gym on top of that. Oh boy, you're talking about an explosion that won't end. While I was at the gym though, I went to go use the bathroom, the pisser, as people from Boston. Sorry, I always do that. Boston. It's that whatever. It's equally as retarded. I mean, it really is. Uh, I saw this fucking Christian pamphlet sitting in the bathroom, and I had to look into it. I mean, I just had to look at it, and the way these pamphlets frame Christianity. I mean, just bashing natural selection, like the idea of Darwinism is just completely fucking out the fucking window. Um, they trash sports and movies and fucking TV shows and music and basically our entire society. They just bash. They just go, all this sucks, and all you need to do is give it up to Jesus Christ, will ya? It's ridiculous. It's so I mean, conveniently ignoring all the child pedophilia that's associated with the church. That's always been my thing with the church, right? Is there always like, we actually know everything and we're the good guys and you should just give everything up to us. And it always conveniently ignores the fact that they probably have kids in their closet at that moment, cuz I mean, I don't make the rules. That's probably just how it is. It's always funny because it's so exposed now, right? Like everybody knows not to leave their kid alone with a priest. It's just you just don't do that. What are you, nuts? If I see somebody leave their kid alone with a priest, I'll call Child Protective Services. I mean, we should be deporting the people who leave their kids alone with priests. Call ICE. Call ICE on them. This is fucking insanity. And it's so funny, right? Because they bash everything, but you're leaving a pamphlet in the bathroom, right? You want people to read about God as they're wiping their asshole? That seems a little weird. It just seems a little odd to leave a pamphlet. And no, don't. Somebody may have just or nobody's listening, but if somebody was listening and they were a Christian, they would probably say, oh, they probably just left that pamphlet there by accident. Yeah, fucking right, dude. Yeah, no, you don't find a pamphlet about Christianity in Texas by accident. You just don't. This is on purpose. I forget that the church exists sometimes until I talk to Nick V. And he goes, I'm going to the church. I go, what are you, retarded? No, I'm kidding. If you're a Christian, I don't know, be a Christian, whatever. I think all religion's a cult. This has always been my point of view. Every single religion's just a fucking cult. What's the difference? What's the difference between a religion and a cult? Huh? That reminds me of that Joe Rogan special, Triggered. He says, what does he say? He says that he doesn't know where he found the comment, but that he heard it somewhere. And somebody said, the only difference between religion and a cult is that one guy makes it up, he knows it's bullshit, and he's scamming everybody. And that's in a cult. And in a religion, that guy's dead. It's just funny to think, right? Like, all of these guys, like Moses or like Jesus, they're probably just all scammers, right? Just walking around telling, yeah, I can turn water into wine. I can do that. Do it then. And all of a sudden, he has a bottle of wine behind his back, right? Or with Moses, I talked to God. I talked to God in the burning bush. You smoked some DMT, faggot. What are you talking about? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit ass story of talking to God in a bush. Have you ever heard of any? Why would God come to a bush? You think about that? Nobody questions that part of the story, huh? There's like so many different things that God could come down in. A bush, water, a volcano, a waterfall. He's like, even a tree, like a nice big tree. God looks at all that. He's like, fuck that. I'm going to come talk to this faggot in a bush. It's insane. It's fucking insane. I didn't want to talk about religion. I had no intent. I just wanted to talk about the pamphlet. But you talk about the pamphlet and you end up talking about Moses. Anyways, talking about, because the pamphlet always talks about the devil. So let's talk about some shady things that happened to me. Last Monday was my day off. I took a day off last Monday, and like, I don't know, 13 days I either went to like 4 or 3 open mics, or just fucking worked all day long, or did both in the same day. Whatever, it's fine. I know I don't have a hard life. I'm doing something that I want to do, but it's a little exhausting sometimes. It's just a little exhausting. I'm not complaining necessarily. I'm just saying that I'm a little tired most of the time. But anyway, I took a day off last Monday, and it was great. I mean, the other last day off I had was I went to go see 2 prostitutes and ended up having to board my doors like a fucking schizophrenic because I got a text message. Hey, no problems yet. No problems yet. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. So I think we're in the clear now. It's been, 21 days? It's been 3 weeks. So I think we're good. But who knows? Maybe I'm dead by the end of this podcast. Who knows, cuz? No, but last day off was fantastic. I mean, it really was a great day off. I woke up. I immediately started drinking. I mean, just those days. You know what it's like to wake up and take about maybe 30 steps and pour yourself. The first thing you do is you pour yourself a drink. Oh my God. That feeling. I can't describe it with words. Waking up and knowing you're about to start drinking is like one of the best things that, I mean, if God is real, I mean, that's the best thing God could fucking give you. A day of day drinking. Oh my, it's glorious. Glorious. But anyway, I woke up, I started drinking, I started calling all of my peoples. I called all my family members while I was drinking. Fantastic. I called all my friends. And the thing is like, once you start drinking and you start making, you make the important phone calls first, the ones you can't be drunk for. Like, you call your grandma, your granddad, your fucking parents, your aunts and your uncles, all those people. And then by the time all those convos have ended, and if you've been slowly drinking, by the time you call your friends, you're fucking loaded. I mean, you're fucking loaded. And so, no, it was great. I mean, it really was fucking great. I had a bunch of talks with all my peoples, all my friends, my family. I took a nap. Right after that because I got so buzzed. I mean, those drunk naps during the day, Oh my God. This is when you know I really am white trash. I mean, I knew I grew up in a house with a pool and a hot tub, but God fucking damn it. Do I love a drunk nap? A middle of the day drunk nap is like, you wake up and you know you're going to keep drinking. It's glorious. I mean, it's glorious. So, anyway, I went out. After I took the nap, I went out and I got literally the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. It's right down here in Austin, Texas. It's at Lou's. If you ever go to Austin, Texas, you have to get the chicken finger spicy chicken sandwich. I think I said chicken 3 times there. Whatever. You get my fucking point. You know I'm retarded. We don't need to keep going back into this. Who the fuck is texting? I didn't even get the notification. It just made the ding. It's not even like letting me mute the messages anymore. It's just gonna ding on my fucking phone. I'm sorry about this. I don't know what to do about this. I've been trying to figure it out, and I just keep getting spammed with text messages because my parents can't fucking stop texting people. Anyway, so I go get this literally the best chicken sandwich. Literally the best chicken sandwich I fucking have ever had. I got it like 3 years ago, and I look forward to this on my day off. Now, it's going to have like a sort of a routine or a ritual, I should say, of like things you know you like to do on your day off. And for my ritual is going to Lou's, having a beer and having this chicken sandwich. I mean, it's fucking, it's amazing, dude. I can't fucking, there's no words. Sometimes there's no words to describe food. Sometimes you'll get like, there's sometimes no words to describe like movies either, where it's just like it blows you away to a point you can't believe that it's on Earth, and you're experiencing it right now. And, there's something nice about, and I do miss having a girlfriend sometimes, but sometimes it's nice to go to a restaurant by yourself. No friends, no girlfriend, no mom, no dad, nobody. And you just sit there and you eat the food, you look around, and you just appreciate that fucking moment. I've been thinking about that moment. It's been a week now. I keep going back every time I have like a, down moment, or I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling down. You just think about that chicken sandwich. You just think about that fucking chicken sandwich. And this is also the problem with like David Goggins or like Jocko Williams, these people who never indulge or never talk about how important it is on indulging. Because I've been working out and I've been eating clean for like a year now. I feel a lot better. It's totally worth it. Everybody should eat clean and work out for sure. But you also got to have those moments. You got to have those moments where you sit down at a restaurant, you order whatever the fuck you want, and you get a beer or a glass of wine or whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do in that moment, you do it. You can't do it every day because it's not good for you. But I'm saying twice a month is great. Just look for, if every month you can look forward to 2 days in that month of just doing whatever the fuck you want to do, it'll get you through the month. It really will. It will get you through that month. Anyway, I had that chicken sandwich, and then afterwards, I wanted to go shoot some pool. I like pool, and I wanted to go shoot some pool. So I drive to this dive bar, this fucking shitty dive bar, like 7-ish minutes away from my place, probably a little bit longer because of all the construction going on. But, I sit there, I ordered a drink, and I'm sitting there and I'm shooting some pool or whatever, and I'm having a good time just sitting there by myself, shooting my shots and shit. And, dude, I can't fucking do this. I have to blow my nose. I'm so sorry. I know I did this in the other episode, and it sounded fucking horrendous. But believe me, I really don't want to do this. I really have to. Give me 1 second here. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That's fucking horrible. I didn't mute myself that time, so you couldn't hear it if you're at work or whatever you're doing. I know you don't want to hear somebody blow their nose um, in your ear. That's fucking disgusting. But anyway, sorry about that quick pause. So I'm sitting at this pool table. I'm shooting my pool. I'm having a great fucking time. All of a sudden, these two Latino guys come over, and they're drunk. They're real drunk, and immediately was odd because they had all this fucking. One of the guys had a gold watch on, and he had a gold chain. I think he had a couple gold chains. The other guy had like gold earrings and a gold chain, and it was just. But we were at this shitty dive bar. Like, it wouldn't have been weird if we were at like a nicer place, like a nice club or whatever. But we were at this like really shitty dive bar, and there's two guys want to come up and play with a white boy in pool, and it was very odd. But I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm feeling impulsive. You know, I'm fucking lonely down here. I have no friends, so whatever. Let's fucking see if we can get something going here. And one of the guys speaks only Spanish. The other guy spoke Spanish and English. I speak broken Spanish. Yo hablas español poco, muy poco. And so I'm sitting there, and me and the guy, we're talking, we're having a good time. I'm communicating with the guy with my broken Spanish and his broken English. We're kind of talking back and forth, not really though. But we're still having a good time. It's fucking fun. They asked me if I do blow, if I have blow on me. I told them no, I don't do blow. I don't have blow. And so we're just sitting there, we're shooting pool, and it ends up being like a great fucking time. I'm having a good time, and at some point I go, you guys want to go outside? We can go smoke weed or whatever. And they're like, yeah, let's go out. We'll go smoke weed. And we're outside, we're smoking, and this guy looks at me, and he goes, if you ever need anything, you can let me know. I go, oh, really? What do you sell? He goes, I sell Percocets, cocaine, weed, Adderall, oxys, like just fucking. He listed off like 5, 6 drugs. I can't remember. But he goes, I can basically get you anything, and I go, oh, okay, that's cool. I told him that I used to sell drugs, and it's just been going good, but some felt off. Like, something felt real off, so I ended up looking at the guy at one point, and I go, oh, really, are you with the cartel? Which maybe I shouldn't have been that straightforward, but hey, I was, at that point, I was drunk, and I was high, and I looked at him, and I go, are you with the cartel? And he looked at his friend, and he said something in Spanish, and then he looked back at me and he goes, I'm an independent contractor. And immediately I just went, I don't fucking like this. I don't fucking like this one bit. And so I'm still sitting there. I'm like kind of hanging out, but now my guard's up a little bit. He offered me a shot of tequila. I took one, and then he kept offering me tequila, and I kept saying no. I actually don't want anything else. I'm feeling good. And he was going, oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, no, we were just testing you there, seeing if you knew where your cutoff was, which is not something you want to do. Right? You don't want to be tested at a shitty dive bar by somebody who's telling you that he sells drugs. And then the guy who only spoke Spanish looked at me, and he goes, where do you live? And I just looked at him and I said, oh, I live around here. And he goes, yeah, but where? And, I didn't say anything. I just kind of gave him a look. And his friend who spoke English and Spanish said something to him in Spanish. And I couldn't make out the words. I could barely make out English at this point. But I didn't like it. And then the guy backed off. And then I went to go back inside the bar. And there was like this little place where you could kind of watch them, but kind of be hidden. So I did that. And they went to the back of their car. And they got something out of the back of their car, which was weird because they hadn't beforehand. And so I go immediately in the bathroom and I start rehearsing like my goodbye. Like, hey, I'm going to get out of here. And so, one of the guys who comes back in, and he comes back in alone. So one of the guys comes back in alone, and there's just this voice in my head of, get the fuck out of here, man. Just get the shit out of this place. And so I just looked at him and I said, hey, man, I got work in the morning. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. And he was like, oh, really? Because he bought like another pitcher of beer and he had 3 glasses. And I was like, hey, man, I'm good. I gotta go. And so I ended up, which I would never do. I don't ever drunk drive, but I literally like thought to myself, I'm like, I'm not waiting outside this place for a Lyft or an Uber. And not only that, I don't want to leave my fucking car here. This is just, I gotta deal with this. So I drove home. I take a side road right before I get onto my apartment complex, and I take a side road off of this side road that I was on, and I just sat in the car, and I was drunk and I was high, and I start looking in my car for any sort of tracking device, like going full schizophrenic mode. I called my best friend Andy, and he was like, dude, you're probably chilling. Get home, lock the doors. Yeah, good thing you bought all that barricade shit. And get a good night's sleep. So that's what I did. I got home. I fucking passed out in my bed. I locked the door. I put dumbbells in front of the door. And it was just weird because it was exactly 2 weeks after I'd gone to go see those prostitutes, and like 13 days after I got in that text message. I was just fucking tripping the dick all night long. And then I had to wake up and I fucking had to go to work the next day. And, dude, I had this bullshit meeting that I forgot about on Tuesday with Kava. I mean, is there anything more embarrassing than a corporate event at, like, a lower-level job? I mean, is there anything more bullshit? And then you gotta sit through this meeting where the boss tells you how much he fucking appreciates you and how much he needs you and how we really need you to do this thing. And you just go, dude, why don't you fucking pay me more then, man? Like, how about you fucking raise up my price of my paycheck a little bit, huh? Or payment, not price. Raise my payment of the paycheck a little bit, huh? Instead of just bringing me down to this fucking shitty place on 6th Street in Austin and sitting to this guy, sitting here listening to this fucking guy talk about how much he cares about us as employees. It's fucking horseshit. This shit always pissed me the fuck off. I'm telling you, corporate at lower level jobs is like the most hilarious thing ever because they don't give 2 shits about you at all. Just 2 shits about you at all. And I don't know if you guys are watching Severance, that TV show, but there's this black character, Mr. Milchek, and he's like one of the corporate bosses, and he's like full of shit, and he's all fake to all the characters or whatever. And my boss, who happens to be a black guy, his name's Kaylor. His name's fucking Kaylor, like K-Lord. I mean, and he just reminds me so much of fucking Mr. Milchek. Because you're just like, what did you go through, man? Where you're at a corporate position in Kava, and you're a regional manager at Kava, and you're sitting here telling me how much you care about me. Dude, cut the fucking shit. Cut the fucking shit. And then, also, it's just so funny because they kept bringing up their website on all their training, on all their, training website or whatever, the stuff that they were using for me to train, where all the slideshows were and everything, all the, shit I had to sit through. And it was just covered with, Black History Month stuff. Just all this shit, And I just kept thinking to myself, when is Kava done anything for a black person ever? And I hate to be that guy, right? Because the white guy who has black friends or whatever, there's always that thing, but it is the truth here, and I'm going to try and make this point, and I'm just going to say it. Kava has never helped any of my black friends ever. I've never talked to my buddy Josh, and my buddy Josh just goes, you know what, dude? I was really feeling down, but all of a sudden, I was tight on money, and Kava pulled through. And they paid my rent, and you know what? I love Kava. This is the thing, and I know I'm jumping around here a lot, but, I did have to sit through this whole meeting while I was hungover and lack of sleep and paranoid, all because of those two weird Mexican guys. And they could have been fine. Or they could have, been nice drug dealers. Who knows? But I had to sit through all this shit the day after my day off, when I dealt with these two dudes and had to drive home drunk at 2 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, I always feel like this Black History Month stuff is a way for white corporate America to seem like they give a fuck. I went to the YMCA today, and it was just covered with, Black History Month pictures of, Africa. Okay. But it's just what is the YMCA doing right now for the south side of Chicago or Brockton, Massachusetts? What is the YMCA in Kava doing for fucking Detroit, huh? All this shit that they post up about how much they fucking care about Black History Month, but they never do anything with money. It's all just fucking posters and signs and happy this, happy that, and you just go, how about happy money? How about happy money you put in the south side of Chicago? How about happy money you put in Brockton, Massachusetts? How about you do that? How about you do that instead of putting on your fucking website of this fake Greek corporate restaurant you own? You know what I mean? And I say fake Greek because it's all the food is made by Mexicans. Who can't speak English, let alone speak Greek. I mean, so you got this corporate Greek restaurant coming out and saying how much they really care about everything that black people have gone through in this country. And all their kitchen staff is just filled with Mexicans. Dude, you can't make it up. This is that you cannot make this up. It's just so full of shit. it pisses me off. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm a white guy looking at this, right? And I get pissed off at like white corporate America, but I can't imagine. I cannot imagine, having some melanin in my skin and walking around through white corporate America and everybody's just going, we care. We care. Where's my fucking money then, slut? Huh? Where's my money? Or just don't fucking, whatever. I'm not going to say anything else. I feel like I've said all I can. Fuck white corporate America. If you really care about Black History Month, give some money. Put some money out there, you fucking scumbags. Jesus Christ. You know how easy it is to change a background of a website? I can do that in 3 seconds. I don't got a fucking tech degree. I got no fucking degree. I bet I could figure out how to change a fucking background of a website. You know what I probably couldn't do? Fix the south side of Chicago. You know what can? White corporate America. They never will, though. No, they never fucking will. What else? What else did I? Oh yeah. I'm gonna pop in a Zyn here, huh? How about that? I told myself that I can have a Zyn if I record a podcast. Nicotine does help talking a lot. I probably should have popped his in before I started talking about Black History Month as a white guy, but hey. Hey, what are you going to do? These Zins are so fucking strong though, man. I can't believe people are having Zins at like 12 milligrams. That's like nuts. That's crazy. I'm popping a 3 milligram Zin. And they just seem hard to get fucking addicted to in comparison to like a nicotine stick. You know what I mean? Because you pop... The thing is with the nicotine devices, it never fucking leaves you. And it's that like fixation you have with like your hands too. So it works on like 2 different levels where like, you give somebody a fidget spinner or you get somebody like me who just constantly bites their fingernails. And then you give them this thing that gives them a hit of dopamine and it's also acts as like a fidget. All of a sudden, you're doing it 3 or 4 times in an hour, And for some people, that's light. Some people I know are just ripping that shit all day fucking long. So I don't think Zins can nearly be as addictive. But, what the fuck do I know? Here I am saying this now. I'll be fucking popping in a pack a day in 3 weeks, cut flash to the future. Although I don't think that's gonna happen. I've kept my nicotine addiction pretty down, and I'm still only smoking weed 4 days a week. Hey, 4 days a week. That's pretty good, especially for me when I just come from the pandemic smoker. Anybody who started smoking weed during the pandemic, your idea of what weed should be was just completely fucked up. Because you really did do, if you were smoking weed during the pandemic, you really did do what all the 80s propaganda said about weed. You know what I mean? Like 80s propaganda on weed was just like, you smoke weed, you're going to sit around, you're going to be fat, you're going to be unlazy, or you're going to be lazy and unmotivated. And if you started smoking weed during the pandemic, trust me, you didn't do a lot. And so everybody's like kind of fucked up, I think, with my generation. If you were like 16 to 20 and you were smoking weed during the pandemic, you just did it all the fucking time because you could. And it helped you get through the pandemic, which was pretty tough. I don't know if you know this, but getting through the pandemic was pretty fucking tough. And so, I think I had a bad problem with weed for like, I want to say like really up until like 4 months ago. I was smoking weed pretty much every day. And then all of a sudden, like 4 months ago, weed just wasn't fun all the time anymore. You know? Like it's just not fun 24/7 anymore. I love it for certain things still. And I keep it around for that. Like watching TV shows or movies. Dude, smoking weed and watching TV shows and movies may be the best thing. Aside from waking up and day drinking. Aside from waking up and day drinking, having a nice joint when you start like a movie is just awesome. I mean, it really fucking is awesome. Uh, yeah, I need it to sleep too. I just take so much Advil PM. I can't sleep without weed or Advil PM. Now I rotate, right? I'll take like an Advil PM 3 nights a week, and then I smoke weed the other 4 days a week. Because I've never been able to sleep. This idea of people being able to sleep, I've never had that. You know, like my mom would come in at like 5 o'clock in the morning when I was like 8 years old. And she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I've been up all night. I've been watching Full House." And I think I was talking to Tim Warner, and Tim Warner said, yeah, no wonder you can fucking sleep and you're retarded. You're up all night fucking watching Full House. I had to take the Zen out. Jesus Christ. Again, I don't know. I'm good for like 2 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm good. And you get like a solid, nice buzz for like 20 minutes. It's not really there, but kind of there. It's nice. It's very nice. These Zins, man. I fucking like them. And I love a drunk Zin too. A nice drunk Zin. Oh my God. I was never able to get into cigarettes. Never gotten into cigarettes and never understood why people love cigarettes so much. I mean, I get it as nicotine. I get the, like... I get you look cool as you smoke a cigarette. Some people do. Some people look cool smoking cigarettes. Other people look trashy and should be shot in the face when they smoke a cigarette. I really do believe that. Like, you know, for instance, like when my girlfriend broke up with me and she was fucking my best friend and we were living together. I don't know, but they would sit outside and they would smoke cigarettes, and I would just go, "You got this fat fucking Brazilian just smoking cigarettes with this purple-haired manic girl." This is not a good advertisement for cigarettes. So I have this thing where it's like, you can't do that. But like a nice, like sexy French woman smoking a cig. I mean, my dick's getting hard thinking about it. I mean, it's getting like, wow. I got a blowjob by this one chick one time, and she was smoking cigarettes, and she had smoked cigarettes before, and I was like kissing her or whatever. And I just got, like, I could just taste tobacco. You know what I mean? You just taste tobacco as you make out with this girl, which is probably fine if you're smoking cigarettes too. You probably can't fucking taste it, but Jesus Christ, you're getting a blowjob and all you can smell is cigarette smoke. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not into it. For me personally, I'm not into getting a blowjob and smelling cigarette smoke the whole time. I'm going to let's end on a happy note, shall we? I'm going to Tampa this weekend to go see my sister and my white trash friends from Erie, Pennsylvania. That's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm fucking getting hyped, you know? I haven't smoked weed every day since Christmas. And what is it? It's February. Well, it's February 25th. So like, so like 2 months. 2 months I haven't, and I'm ready. I am ready. I'm ready to just get so high out of my mind that by the time I come back to this podcast, you go, holy shit, Chris got even more retarded. You know what I mean? I am ready for that. And my sister, coincidentally, and one of my best friends from Erie live 30 minutes away from each other in Florida. So I'll go down there. I'll go see my sister. I'll see my two buddies down there that are going. And then me and my sister were flying back up to fucking Boston. And we're going to go to fucking Rhode Island, you know? Or how would you say it? No, you wouldn't pronounce the R. So it'd be Ode Island? Ode Island? Ode Island. Going to fucking Rhode Island. You know what I mean? And we're going to Providence. Going to fucking Pavi. And we're going to see Sebastian Maniscalco. Sebastian Maniscalco. Did I say that right? I think I'm pronouncing that right. With my grandma. My Christian loves Jesus to death grandma. So that is the good thing about clean comedy. I know I'm not a clean comic. I probably never will be a clean comic. I might try to, if you know, let's say I'm a Netflix headlining comedian, I might try to do a special clean, you know, or like maybe a tour clean or whatever. Maybe get just some clean material. I don't know. It's just nice when you can go to a stand-up show, you know, with your younger kids, or you can go with your grandma who loves Jesus. And I like bits about talking about eating pussy and getting blowjobs too. Don't get me wrong, I'm no fucking prude, but there is something inherently nice about, you know, going to a fucking comedy show with your grandma. That's why Nate Bargatze and Sebastian Maniscalco are taking over the fucking place. Because you have all these grandmas who just figured out how to use Netflix. And, you know, they're watching Netflix specials now. You know, my grandma's starting to watch Netflix specials. And she just is watching Nate Bargatze and Sebastian. And that's big. That's fucking big, man. If you can go out to like, this will be real special for me. I'm really excited to do this. To go, you know, or go watch the thing that I love the most with somebody that I care about in my family. Like, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? And if you can get that experience, I suggest you take it. Yeah, so I'm excited for that trip. I hope you guys have some looking forward to. I know that this is only 45-minute episode podcast. That's still longer than some of your professional podcasts, though, by the way. Christina Przinski. We need to have a minimum on a podcast, and I think a good minimum is 45 minutes. All right? If you can't talk as long as somebody can run a 3-mile if somebody can run 3 miles, you know, faster than you can talk, you know what I mean? Like, you should be able to start a podcast and go for a run and not have it end in the middle of your run. You know what I mean? So if your run's longer than 45 minutes, God bless you. We can't all be Joe Rogan. All right, guys, that's going to be the episode, though. I do have to go hit this open mic. It's going to be a quick little fun episode about me almost getting trafficked by the cartel. Again, me talking about religion. You know my regular rambles. Anyway, guys, you guys have a good, what is it? This coming out in April. Hopefully you guys had, what's the month before April? March. I hope you guys had a good March. All right, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.